it's Suzanne from the Painted For collection, and today I'm doing a tutorial on how to stencil your walls. I was debating between wallpaper and stenciling, and I decided to go with stenciling because I can easily wallpaper over it if I decide I don't like it, and quite frankly, it's a heck of a lot cheaper. So this is the second large area I've stenciled, and I've learned quite a few tips, so I just thought I would share those with you. Now the stencil I'm using is from stencilease.com, but I bought this at my local AC Moore craft store. It's quite a large stencil, and you'll see I'm holding two. This is because if you're doing a large space, I highly recommend you buy two stencils. As you can see here, I used this one yesterday, and the paint, what it will do is adhere to the front of the stencil as you're working, and it makes the stencil really heavy. So by the end of, I would say, one large wall, you either have to wash the stencil or discard it and use a new one, because it becomes too heavy to basically stay on the wall while you're rolling. And that's another tip. I have purchased the spray adhesive before and tried to use it, and it just doesn't work. So what I do is I just hold the stencil up with one hand and I roll the paint on with another hand. And I just keep going like that. And now this one is just so coated with paint, I'm going to go ahead and break out my new stencil to finish my project. So that's tip number one, two stencils. Oh, if you want to wash it, you can. It's just, I've tried, and then the little bits like this, they're just never the same, and the paint ends up getting underneath, and it's just a mess. So just invest the 20 bucks in a new stencil. My paint today is latex from Home Depot, and it's an eggshell finish. I mix it up, and then I pour it into a Chinese food takeout container. And I have a foam roller that I purchased at the craft store, just a little foam roller, and I roll it into my paint, and then I actually have a paper bag that I quickly roll it onto before I apply it onto my wall, so it stops it from getting goopy. What else will you need? You will need a tape measure or a level, because you're going to start your project in the center of your wall, and you likely will start from top to bottom. But do not use the ceiling as your level. What can happen, your ceiling might be slightly off, and then after you've applied your stencil, you'll see, oh, it's kind of crooked, and that really sucks. So make sure you put a level line, and then start your project according to that line. So that's a good tip. And the other thing that you're going to need is a pencil, and I will show you why you need a pencil to show you how you mark and put your stencil on the wall. So here we have the stencil on the wall. Now the stencil comes with 4 triangular tiny little holes in it. You take your pencil and you mark through the little holes onto your wall. This is going to be your directions for the stencil that comes next. So I've already rolled this one. Let me take this down. So for my next stencil, what I would do, I have to line up the triangular holes with the marks that I just previously made with the pencil. Make sure the pencil, you can see it through the little triangle. And then there you go. And the next one, you do the same thing. You mark your hole with a pencil. You apply your paint, you roll your paint, and then you continue the pattern going down. So I've lined up my holes with the pencil mark, and you can see right here the dots from the paint, they line up now. And I already put the pencil marks in the bottom. I take my paint, like so, and I just go over gently the stencil. Just kind of get in there with the roller, like so. I don't like to apply too thick of a coat because I don't want it to goop up under the stencil. So there we go. Just remember those triangular marks. Then if you wanted to go this way, you would line up these two triangles with these two triangles to go this way. That one has been rolled. Ta-da! Then what I would do, line up the triangle with the triangle, get my pencil, make the new marks for the new triangles, like so. Oh, it's hard because the triangles actually do get covered in paint. It's kind of annoying. Like so. Get your paint. Just keep going. And then go all the way down and then start again your next line. And as simple as that. Well, it's actually simple. It's just a very time-consuming process. You'd be surprised. But it's well worth it. I think the look is beautiful.